We are live on Facebook. I'm here
Yes,
with
sir.
Josh McIntosh. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing very well. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks, man, for joining me. For those of you that are just jumping on live with us right now, this is my good friend and client, Josh McIntosh, and he has had incredible results through the coaching program and through these last 12 weeks. And you've lost 25 pounds, you've decreased your body fat percentage, tremendously by almost
Yeah.
8%. And you've just absolutely killed it throughout this program. And you started through you did it all through the holidays, which is, mind blowing. So
Yeah.
I'm incredibly proud of you, and I'm grateful, to be on this call with you and just, have a chance for you to be able to inspire others, with your story and with your results, and, just impact other people with your testimony. So if you wouldn't mind just sharing just a little bit of background, really, of who you are, and what I know we had, a prior friendship before, we started working together. But tell me a little bit about, really where things were at for you at that time, when you reached out to me, and just, what things were like.
Yeah. So, all my life I've been active into sports, played up through college, so working out wasn't like new to me, and things like that. But we're in a state of transition. Our family is moving from West Africa, missionaries in West Africa, where I was PE teacher outside in 100-degree heat. So getting my exercise during the day was just part of my job. And so I didn't have to worry about that aspect of it. And now, the last couple of years, it's just been more of a sedentary type of work environment. A lot of communication, sitting at the desk, things like that. I'm not up and active as much, and so I was feeling it. I mean, I was up, man, probably 25, 30 pounds from when we were in Africa, and just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't having, I didn't have hardly any energy. I was not happy with how I looked. I kind of had that, well, it's just a dad bod type of mentality. Like, this is how
Yeah.
dads are supposed to look, type of thing. And I was making every excuse in the book, and I was really feeling embarrassed about how I looked. But I was really not feeling well. I wasn't sleeping well. I didn't have the energy. And I started really noticing, playing with my kids. Like, we have 3 kids, 5-year-old twins and a 2-year-old daughter. And,
Lots of energy.
yeah, they're active. And, I couldn't play with them for more, than 5 or 10 minutes. And I'd have to take a
Wow.
break or just stop. I was out of breath. And, even things just walking up and down the stairs. And I'm like, Carrie is my wife. I was like, I've got to do something. And also, to be honest, I love food. Like, I love to eat. I mean, I eat everything.
Yeah.
And I was not paying attention at all to what I was eating. I was being controlled by the foods I was eating because it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy stuff. And I became convicted in my heart by the Lord that, I was gluttonous. Like, just honestly,
Mm.
I was not treating my body like I should be as far as food goes. And food was controlling me more than I was controlling it. And we shouldn't
Wow.
allow anything to control us. Any worldly thing should not control us. And so I was not in a good space. And I really wanted to look better for Carrie. I mean, she's been my inspiration more than anything, outside of the Lord, because she hits it hard, man. She works out a lot, and she has ever since I've known her, and she's been very disciplined with eating and working out and things like that. And I wanted to look good for her,
Mm.
and be in a healthier space, and not just do it for now, but to find a way to build habits that would sustain me going forward.
Wow. That's good. And you talk about food. I mean, that was, really one of our first, like, get to know you, is let's sit down, even prior to training, he was over some wings, and
Yeah.
I remember, that night, you've always been impactful, and I really appreciated, how you lead, what you shared, that night. And for me, it's been on my heart to be able to help, leaders have a sustainable health plan, so they're not hindered in all of the various, impactful, and mundane responsibilities, and
Right.
so I think it's interesting, your journey and the process that you went through. And can you talk for just a moment about what, because your background as an athlete, so what are some things that you tried along the way, but it wasn't sustainable? What did that look like for you?
Yeah, being an athlete, I was very disciplined as an athlete. I was, a lot of times the first one there, the last to leave. And so I thought I could just do it on my own. But I didn't realize how much I relied on my teammates and my coaches to
Mm.
drive me and hold me accountable. And so I was trying to, to run. I was trying. We have TRX here at the house. I was trying Beachbody, and I thought, hey, I've got these things. I can do it on my own. But I wasn't able to keep up with it. Nothing that I tried, I was able to sustain. And part of it also was, even though I was an athlete and I do know some about working out and putting things together, I wasn't confident that what I was putting together, what I was doing was actually going to help. And so it was just more reason to not dedicate to it.
Mm.
And so just trying to go at it on my own, um, I just failed every time.
Gotcha. And so what shifted for you? Like what changed when we started, talking? You reached out, and we started talking about, where you were at and where you wanted to be. What made you give this a try, and what was different about it?
Well, I think one of the first things was I knew you. I knew you and I trusted you. Um, I knew whatever was going to be discussed was going to be honest. So I appreciated that. I thrive on that connection. I do much better than just something online person I don't know. Um, but also in our discussion, in our first discussion, when Carrie and I were contemplating if this is something that we could do, we could afford to do. Um, I really like the fact that it was something that I could take with me after we were done. It wasn't going to be, you lose this weight, you look better for now, and then you're going to be left with no knowledge of how to do this the rest of your life.
Mm.
And so, because that was one of my questions, so developing the habits, going through the program, was something that, even when we were contemplating if I was going to do this, that was something that really stood out, that, you wanted to help change habits and help create, help build up leaders. So, and with that, you were equipping. You weren't just
Mm.
saying, here is a quick and easy way to lose weight. This is a way to change your lifestyle. So, and I'm going to give you the tools so that you can continue this when we're done.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's what happened. You stuck to it. You didn't cherry pick like, oh, this seems reasonable. This, what it, you worked at it, relentlessly. And so I mean, I commend you for that. You
Thank
did
you.
the work. You put in the work. And what are some of those things as you were working through the process of the program? I know we were meeting regularly, and it was great to be
Yeah.
able to hear, wins, struggles, all of that, each week. But what were some things that we did together, that really you feel like that helped you the most, that stuck with you?
Yeah. I think there was a lot. Definitely having the coaching, the fact that we were going to meet face to face, even though it was on video, that we were going to meet. And that was something that was super, super helpful. Having accountability is something that is key to success, I think, in a lot of different areas. And it's not accountability like, dude, you did this. What were you thinking? You're so stupid type of thing.
Right.
It's building each other up. But I think the thing that helped me the most, especially with the nutrition, was the habit stacking.
Mm.
Like, we worked on the 5, nutritional habits. working on one and then doing that for a week, adding one, doing those two for a week, adding one, doing those three for a week. If you were to throw it all at me at one time, I would not have been able to stand on my own 2 feet. Like I would have crashed and burned so fast. But it was just brilliant how the habits stacked on top of each other, and then they've stuck. Like they've stuck in my mind, they've stuck in my routine. And I don't think it would have happened if we were to do, like, you were to say, hey, change all these 5 eating habits right now, and that's the only way you're going to succeed. That wouldn't have worked.
And I know you were
But
itching. You were like, just give it to me. What, you wanted that
yeah,
at first.
I mean, that's right. I was like, just give me the solution. Just give me everything I need to know right now so I can get going. But I've appreciated the process. Like, the process was very important to understand the what and the why, the how this is all going to work. I've learned about my body. I mean, I've learned about nutrition and working out and how it all fits together. And I wouldn't have, you miss those things when you don't go through the process.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, there's so much that, you've learned, and it was one of those, I was excited for each week because, there were a few times where you're like, man, I'm really struggling with this. And, we got to talk through those things, but I always looked forward to our times of meeting, because I knew that you were dedicated to the process, and you were working on things, and you were seeing the results,
Yeah.
and even in the first 4 weeks, when you're like, man, the scale is greatly different than before,
Yeah.
and you had a 30-pound weight goal, and
Yeah.
you made it to 25 pounds over the course of that, 12 weeks, and you
Mhm.
dropped 8% body fat percentage. Like, and I don't want to give all those things away. Can you share? Because there's much more. I mean, those are some of the numbers,
Yeah.
but can you share, just in your perspective, as you went through the process, what are the results on the other side for you?
Um, you know, I have a lot more energy than I did before. I don't feel run down all the time. I mean, I think I'm sleeping better. I have more energy throughout the day. I'm eating less often, but feeling more energized and full throughout the day. Like I'm no longer controlled by what's in the kitchen type of thing.
Mm.
I'm not constantly going up to get food. Um, it has made me want to engage with my kids more in physical activity,
Wow.
playing sports outside and chasing them around the house. That's one of their favorite things to do. Daddy, can you chase me? And they're out, like, they're faster than me inside the house now. And so, but I can do that for a more prolonged period of time. And I also feel better about how I look. Like I feel more confident in the clothes I'm wearing. Going, outside the house. I'm not just dreading, getting ready, looking in the mirror, whatever. Like, oh man, this
Wow.
just, it
Big
just
deal.
feels so much better. And, for me, not necessarily worrying about what everyone else thinks, but I feel much better about how I look and feel than I did before.
That's huge. And that translates into so many areas of your life,
Yeah.
and I I want to know, like, one of the things, that has really stuck out to me, about you is how, and it's not surprising, I guess I could say, you're forward thinking. You always wanted to know, how does this look, beyond this?
Right.
And we're local, right? So it's not like, I've trained others in different states. Can you, and this will throw a little curveball here at you. What's one of the things that made you want to work in this capacity online, and seeing the potential of it all versus, maybe joining in a gym, or joining me in the gym, I should say.
I think it was the flexibility. We have kind of a crazy schedule, and even in the last 12 weeks, our life schedule has changed probably 3 or 4 times. And so to try and nail down consistent times to meet someone at the gym, it just wasn't a practical thing.
Hmm.
I also, I had some background with working out, and so um, that played into it a little bit, but I think it was mainly the flexibility and being able to meet online from the house. and I was able to join a gym right, literally within a mile from our house. And so it was just really worked well with our crazy life schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes total sense, and with all of the, the unpredictables, you still got it done, and you still saw the results. And I'm curious to know, like, what are some of the things, that were unpredictable, even in the program, maybe some surprise, benefits or results that you're like, wow, I didn't expect this to be something, that I was missing, or a result that just, I didn't expect to have this. What were some of those things for you, or realizations, I should say?
I didn't expect to have such, like, I don't know the exact right word, but I enjoy going to the gym now. Like, I had refused to get a gym membership. I was like, I'm just gonna do this. I can't do it. Like, I'm not getting a gym membership. I don't feel comfortable going to the gym.
Not
Um,
anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm getting the alerts all the time.
That's right. So I enjoy that. Like, I enjoy working out again. I enjoy being physically active. I enjoy running. Like, I enjoy going out and getting a run in, even though, it was only in the program for a couple times a week. Like, my cardio has increased. I no longer just dread going for a run because, I can go out and run a couple miles, and it's not easy, but it doesn't, kill me
Yeah.
like it did
Wasn't
before,
like it's used
and
to. Yeah.
yeah. So, um, and I think, on the nutrition side, I just wasn't sure if I could do it. Like, we picked a pretty intense track, and at first I told Carrie, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this.
Yeah.
And well, I was surprised that as we started getting into it, my body started to adjust, how I was nowhere near as hungry as I thought I would be throughout the day, because I was getting the right food to fuel my body. And, looking at the
Yeah.
quantity, I'm like, oh my goodness, Carrie.
I remember you saying, I have to eat more. I'm not eating enough, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And things like that, like, it just all went together. Um, and so, yeah, those were a couple things.
Well, that's really cool. It's been a pleasure and an honor, to be able to work with you and see your progress throughout. And I'm curious, also to know, like, what what attracted you, in the first place to, as we got to, have this conversation together, what was different, about this for you, about working with me? What made you say, in those final moments of conversation, as we're like, hey man, I think this, would be awesome for you, and it would, and I was saying, I'm confident in you,
Yeah.
and what this would look like. What was that moment for you, or that game changer that was like, this will work for me?
Um, I got a good feel for how much you want people to succeed. Like, you have an obvious passion for this, and you have an obvious passion for equipping people. Your end goal didn't seem for me to lose weight. Your end goal was for me to change habits, and along with that, be able to lose the weight, but also to be successful down the road. And so I really appreciated that. That resonated with me.
Mm.
It was really something that, I wasn't willing to go spend money on a quick fix or something like that, but something that, upfront would cost something, but then would be something that would give dividends down the line as well. Um, and so that was really, kind of what really sealed the deal for us. And it helped that I
Wow.
already knew you, and we had built a relationship. But I mean, this is something that I would recommend for anybody to do. Just for, we're wrapping up, right? But I don't feel like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? I feel like, okay, I have a really solid base to keep this going,
Mm.
um, down the road.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like I said, you've done great. It's been absolutely incredible working with you. And out of this, I've had the opportunity to work with your wife as well.
Mhm.
And just in her journey. And I know at the beginning, you were saying, you almost felt like you were following her, you didn't want to be the only one. You didn't want her to be the only one pursuing health, and to,
Yeah.
you wanted to be that person as well. And just having, hearing her results, and, having conversations with her, like, that's happened. Like, you are an absolute inspiration, to her, to your family, and I see the
Thank
payoff
you.
down the road. So that's, I commend you for that. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The tables have turned a little bit. There are a lot more questions that she has for me than I have for her right now. So, and I feel like I have a lot of the answers. Like from going through this
Wow.
program, I can draw back on what we've done through the videos, through the coaching sessions, through it all, and say, have a confident response to her and
Mm.
support her. In the way that she needs to be, that she supported me when I was doing it. I can
Wow.
be there for her and be that support for her. And, I know what I can, just make her for breakfast in the morning, or how to pack snacks on our trip coming up, so that I know that she's getting what she needs. And we're both, still doing this, even though we're going to be in a different schedule, while we're on our
Yeah.
trip, type of thing.
That's
Yeah.
huge. And that speaks volumes. I mean, that touches me, that, you feel the confidence, now after the fact, as you've been through the process, knowing what you know, and feeling, the sustenance to be able to move forward, and not just maintain, but to continue to grow. And I'd like to just end, on this note, with you being able to share with others, and inspire others who are in that same place, that same or similar state of mind that you were in, at Thanksgiving time, that you talked about, in the beginning. Can you just take a moment and speak to that person that is in that frame of mind, and is struggling, and wants more for themselves, for their health, for their family, but is just, I'm not sure what to do, or, maybe they're considering to work with me, and they're just stuck.
Yeah. Um, uh, you know, I I would say that, you know, this is something for somebody that, whether you've worked out before a lot, in your lifetime, or you're just now starting out, or you just don't think that it's possible, like that's where I was at. I was like, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to spend money on something that I'm not going to be able to keep up with. That's not going to do what I need it to. There was just so many excuses, and I finally had to bring myself to a point where I don't really have any good excuses. I've used them all, and
Mm.
I'm to the point where um, a decision had to be made. And I think the best thing I can just say is you can do it. Like, you can do it, and you are worthwhile. Like, it is worth it to you and to your family, that you are as healthy as you can possibly be. And it is an investment. That's, I initially thought it was a little selfish, to be honest. Like, it was an investment in me, but it's not just an investment in me. It's an investment in myself, but also in my family, because it has reshaped how we look at food. It has reshaped how much I want to be involved with my kids throughout the day, because I have more energy. I'm doing better at, with work. I'm getting, work done more efficiently, because I'm more focused and less tired. And so, if I can get out and do it, literally anybody can go and do it. Because, I was not somebody, even though I was a PE teacher and I was an athlete, working out in the gym and different things like that was not my favorite thing to do.
Mm.
But now it's become something that I enjoy, that I look forward to doing. So I guess that's what I would say. Like, you as an individual, you are worth it. It is something that's important. And yeah, I just, and like I said earlier, I can't recommend this and you enough. And I'm not just saying that. Like, it was way more than, it was way better than I thought it would be. Um, And I feel with every confidence that, you know, I can go from this and take what I've learned, and Carrie and I can go and just continue to move forward. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. That's incredible words. I appreciate it. I appreciated seeing your process, your journey, and thank you to, all of you who are taking some time, out of your day to watch, to join in, man. I'm seeing, the likes are being hit, and hearts are being hit for you. If you're watching this live, right now, I just encourage you, just, smash the like button for Josh, as an encouragement. And maybe if you're watching in the replay, do the same, like, share, tag. Josh, you've been an encouragement and an inspiration. And I just want to say thank you. Thanks for sharing your story and taking some time, out of your day to share the incredible results that you've had so far.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity, and yeah, thanks for everything that you've done for Carrie and I. It's been life changing. It really has.
Absolutely, bro. All right. Well, take care.
All right, man. We'll see you
Later.